Hey everybody, welcome back to Half Done Outdoors. Tonight we're going to be putting this Humminbird Helix 5 into this orange Apache case. I'm doing this for a friend. He owned the fish finder, had a battery and everything, but doesn't have a good case to carry it out on the ice. So we're going to get it all mounted in there, show you how we're going to do that. And why we're doing it the way we're doing it. So stick around, let's get to it. Alright, so with these boxes, the lid only opens up so far, so it'll actually work out really good. By the time we get a battery mounted down in here, that box is not going to tip over very easy. So we're going to mount the screen up here, about right there where we have it, I think. That way, if we want to add other things into this box later on, we definitely can. So, let me grab what I'm going to use to mount everything. I'll show you, and we'll go to that point. Alright, so to hold this battery down in place, I've bought 4 of these. We're just going to put one there, one over on this wall, one on the back wall, and then one right here in front. Then we can just run some Velcro over it to hold everything down. Alright, to hold the screen in place, we're just going to use these here. We're going to put some washers on there and then some locking nylon nuts for it. That way we don't have to worry about anything rattling loose and falling apart while we're out there on the ice. We will probably come back in and just put these just right around the bolt holes, especially the ones that are going to be on the bottom. That way we don't have to worry about water seeping up through this thing. So I'm going to grab a pair of scissors and a marker. We're going to mark out where the battery goes because we'd like to keep this foam, and then go to that point. Alright, so I actually think that I'm going to leave the foam in there. I know that when I push down and hold that battery down tight, that it's going to make the foam buckle up just a little bit. But I think anything we can do to help keep the battery, a layer between the battery and the ice, is going to help the battery life last just a little bit longer, keep that battery just a little bit warmer. Maybe it won't make a difference, maybe it will. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark right here on the side. Just put a little dot there, a little dot there, so that I know about where that battery is going to sit. We can lift all this out, and I can get my little strap things mounted into place here, 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 and here. And yeah, let's get that part done. Alright, so we're just going to get the holes drilled for these. Alright, so now that we got those all in here, I put the foam back in here, and I can just kind of push down and I can fill right where those are under there. So I'm just going to take my little razor knife here and cut it, so that way we can put our Velcro straps up through it. See it there? I can put my Velcro strap up through it. Alright, these are the Velcro straps I'm going to use to pick these up over at the Wally World. We're going to get them wrapped around here and get them pushed up through our foam. Get this battery mounted. I don't know exactly how we're going to make these Velcro straps work, but we're going to do what we can with them. They're not the very best straps I've ever used. If you could get the type with the little plastic end so that you could pull them tight, it would definitely be better. But, you know, when you're asking for volunteer work, then this is what you're going to get. Low quality stuff. And the guy that I'm doing this for, he's, you know, I kind of feel bad for him. He goes out fishing quite often. He sure doesn't catch many fish. He always claims that he does, but never has any proof of it. Do you, Caleb? But alright guys, so I got that battery mounted. I ended up, these straps were a little bit short, so I just twisted them right here, stuck them back on themselves. But let's give this thing a little shake test, see if that battery's going anywhere, see if it's in there for good or not. Yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere. It didn't even wiggle. Let's get onto the screen and get it mounted up. Alright, so I got the screen laying in here. I'm going to mount it towards the back so it's down here a little bit further. That way if we ever decide to add a glow cup, any other power accessories, we have room right up in here to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and close this lid down, and I'm going to look about in here or wherever that this mount starts to hit. And then I'm going to cut a little section out of it so that we have a place to mount this. Alright, so I kind of got this marked. I'm just going to use my razor knife here, and I picked this extra big razor knife. That way it'd make it a little easier, you know, for these big jobs. But like I was saying earlier, Caleb, he doesn't catch a lot of fish. He thinks he's a big time fisherman, but you know, we all got that one friend that likes to tell fish stories, and he's definitely one of those. He's caught every species out there at least 8 times, especially grouper. He's a big grouper guy, so he claims. He says he's caught them out of some lakes here in Utah. I don't know, you guys be the judge. Is he catching grouper or no grouper? Alright, now hopefully, just like we planned, that's going to sit right down in there. We're going to get marked out on the lid. We're going to mount this the same exact way we did our battery mounts, and we'll be pretty much done with this project. Alright, we got that mount all put in. Last thing to do is just set this thing in place. I think it's going to work out pretty good for him. Maybe help him catch some more fish. He kind of struggles, but we'll teach him. One of these days he'll grow up and become a real fisherman. Alright, everything will just sit right down in there. We can move it out of the way of the screen. It can all sit right here in front of the battery. It's ready to go. Lid closes down. Everything's right in there. It's going to work out great. Alright guys, so my final thoughts on this. It's really easy to do it. If you don't have the bag like he didn't have, this is a good, cheap, alternative way to do it. It's a good way to protect your stuff. It's going to hold up and last him for years. The cool thing with this is you could always add some more things in here. If you were going out night camping, you could always add some lights in here with a little USB adapter. Something kind of like the power box that I built, just with a fish finder inside. He could always add more batteries in here if he wanted to be able to go out for days at a time and not have any worries about it. So as far as doing this, I also have a Garmin Striker 5. I'll probably end up doing this to it. That way I don't have to worry about it being in the bag. I can just throw it in the sled and we can go. You don't have to worry about water. You don't have to worry about damage. Unless something hits this thing really hard, it's not going to hurt it. So if you guys like what you see, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. And please subscribe. Great.